Hello YouTubers, it's Championdjk coming at you yet again with another weekly video, and per usual I got a bunch of stuff to show you. Let's see here. I got a bag of mainline cars, which I've been kind of ragging on the mainline this year a little bit, but you know, I showed up, there was a fresh D case at Target, and there's a lot of good cars in the D case. There really is. There's a lot of good stuff in the D case. I don't think I'm going to open any of these up in the second segment. There was no Super, by the way. This would have been the Super. Obviously, that T2 pickup. Didn't find one of those, but that's okay. I already have one. And then this is probably the other real hot car in the case, the 510. I don't think I'm going to open any of these up in this video. I probably will do just like a standalone D case video where I'll open some of the stuff, open this stuff up. But I did pick up a couple of doubles. I picked up two of these, even though, yeah, the Tanner Fox guy, whatever. But yeah, it's a GTR, so I picked up two of those. I picked up a Porsche Panamera, only because I like Porsche. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have picked that one up. It's not that great. I did grab, this is a D case, right? Chevy Nova. Golf livery, so all that stuff. I mean, yeah, I'm not going to open these up. I'm just blowing by them right now just to show you that I did pick them up this week. And then I picked up a couple extra ones of these. Those were chilling, so those are rolling over into the D case. These 88 Honda CRXs, sweet casting, so just picked up a couple extra of those. This Porsche is awesome. It's 918 Spider. That is really cool. Definitely digging on that. I picked up two fantasy castings actually. The Track Manga and this Muscle Bound. Simply because they look great. The Muscle Bound looks really cool. The Track Manga looks really awesome too, and just in this pink color. But again, like I said, we're not going to spend much time on these main lines. I do have a bunch of other stuff to show. Picked up the Dodge Charger 500, the Mercedes AMG, and then the Mustang. Picked up those, all D-case cars. Picked up two of these Jeepster Commandos. Thought those were pretty cool. So I grabbed two, grabbed an extra one. The bike is detailed on that one, which is really awesome. And then I think I just have, yeah, just a couple more. So the Dodge Little Red Express truck, the 19 Chevy Silverado Trail Boss, Custom Ford Maverick, and the Honda City Turbo. So that's a lot of cars. I mean, there's just a lot of good cars in that case, and possibly what's going to be my favorite Super of the year, which would be that T2 pickup. So grab those in store. The other thing I found in store was a few Matchbox cars. These we will open. Why not? In the second segment. I'm pretty sure I didn't already get these and open these, which I'm starting to lose track. But I got the Ford Police Interceptor and the 59 Chevy Wagon. Cool. We're going to open those two up. And then I got the Jeep Cherokee Police and the 62 Nissan Junior. And I already had this Nissan Junior, but this is a wheel variation from the first release. The first release had those Poverty Cat wheels, and this one's got these, so we'll open that one up. And then the rest of the stuff is stuff I got in the mail, which has been pretty much the trend, right? So from Nikova, I don't know how to pronounce his name. He's on Instagram. He sells stuff all the time at really inexpensive prices, and he ships immediately. Actually, really easy to deal with. It's the first time I ever bought from him. Maybe I'll throw his IG name in the description. But I got this GTO, awesome metal on metal rubber tires. I think this is from the Boulevard series. It's either the Boulevard or the Garage series. It's one of the two, and it is pretty awesome. I think it's the only GTO of this casting that's metal on metal with rubber tires, so, and it's orange. I'm stoked to get it. That's a really cool one, and I got these really cheap. And then the other one is this Hot Wheels 100% VW Beetle. which is really cool. I have 2 other variations of this. I did not have this one. So I just asked him for a ship price on the 2, and he gave me a really good deal. So I was like, yep, I'll just take them. Awesome. Sounds great. I didn't order directly from Tarmac Works just to see how that would go. You can actually order cars directly from Tarmac Works. So I guess, I mean, you have to know when stuff is coming out in order to get it, because I guess it sells out really fast. But I got 2 versions of the Audi R8. One in just the standard silver, and then the other in Momo livery. So we will open up both of these and take a peek at them in the second segment of the video. They both look really nice. They're from the Global 64 line, so I guess that's the least expensive Tarmac Works line, maybe with exception of the stuff that they pair up with Greenlight on. But still stoked to get them. They're really cool looking. It's something I wanted since I've seen them come out, and decided just to grab them both and just pick those up. And I think that car is actually available in probably at least 1 other livery, if not 2 more. So there's that. And then the other 2 cars I got were from One Stop Diecast. He's on Instagram, he's on eBay, and he's got his own website as well. I guess I'm not really plugging him. I got these 2 cars off of eBay. But he seems to have some good stuff. He sells Kyosho, Mini GT, stuff like that. And I think he ships out of, oh geez, I don't remember now. But it's in the U.S. So he ships within the U.S., but he sells Kyosho and stuff. So that's pretty awesome if you want to buy Kyosho and you don't want to wait for the stuff to come from Japan. Okay? Because it can take quite a long time. But I did pick up 2 really nice pieces. This Mini GT McLaren Senna, and this is a Miho exclusive car. I'm definitely going to open up this one. This is the first Mini GT in my collection, and to be frank, it's the first casting from Mini GT that I really cared about. Any of the other cars that they did, I was like, oh, they're cool looking, but I didn't really want to get them because it's not like a car that I'm into. But McLarens, I dig McLarens, and just had to grab this, especially after seeing it actually on Hot Customs. So shout out to you on his YouTube channel, Hot Customs, Customs with a K, I think. He's also on Instagram. Anyway, his videos are great. He shows a lot of import diecast stuff and does a good job showing it off. Anyway, it does a lot of old Tomica too, so pretty awesome. Anyway, so check him out. Definitely shout out to him. But this car looks pretty amazing in the package. I can't wait to get it out of the package and see it in person. And then the second car that I was really stoked to get is this Kyosho Skyline GTR R32. And that just looks fantastic. I'm not sure when this came out, this Kyosho. Maybe there's a year, copyright year on it. It's tough. If it's here, it's in Japanese, maybe. I don't know. There's some English on here too, but I'm not really sure. It says Nissan official licensed product on the back, and this is different for me for Kyosho because this actually comes in an acrylic hard case. So I'm kind of interested in that. So that's different packaging than I'm used to for Kyosho. It might be newer. I'm not sure if that's how they're doing it now. Maybe. I think that is how they're doing it now. They don't do the blind box anymore, so you can actually see the car that you're getting, which is interesting. And I got this from a U.S. supplier, so it would be interesting if you start seeing these pop up more with U.S. hobby dealers, which I would definitely not be opposed to. So pretty cool. So we're going to take a look at that, and I'm excited to take a look at that in the second segment of the video. But yeah, so that's going to be it. Let's go ahead and flip the camera on, and let's take some close looks at this stuff that we're going to open up. All right, stay tuned. Okay, so let's start this second segment out real quick by just taking a peek at the Matchbox first. So interesting blister actually on this. I just noticed that weird little curvature to the front. That's different and new. Let's go ahead and open it up. I don't know what case code these cars are from, so I apologize about that. Again, I'm just still not well versed in Matchbox case codes. But here it is. Here's the Nissan Junior. Fairly nicely detailed. You do get detail on the back. You do get detail on the front. You get these wheels on it. These are the wheels that came with it the first time around. Right here. Pretty cool. So other than that, exactly the same as far as I can tell. Just a wheel variation. I like when they do that. I think that's kind of neat. Matchbox likes to do little subtle variations here and there, and one of them is wheels. I mean, wheel variation, it's kind of cool to have because I don't know. Out of all the things that could vary, I think wheel variation is kind of neat. Obviously, a different color is cool, but that's not really a variation. Wheels is more of a variation. So I think that is pretty awesome. So there is that quick little truck. It's very nice. I like the color. I like all of that. This guy right here, this River Valley Fire Rescue, Jeep Cherokee Police. I may have actually opened this one up on a different video. I don't know if I have a dupe of this or not. And I just really got to keep more track of what I'm getting here. But they're just dollar Matchbox cars, so it's not a real big deal if I end up with two of something. River Valley Fire Rescue, Matchbox. Wonderful color red. Of course, there's no detail in the front or detail in the back, and that's just mainly because it's got the tampos on the sides, and it looks really good. It's, again, Matchbox mainline. I have no qualms with it. It looks fantastic, and the cool stuff that's doing with the moving parts and all that. It's a neat brand to collect. And just doesn't have the crazy hype that Hot Wheels does. And then this here, Ford Police Interceptor. There's that one. Looks good. Opened up. This is another one I was not sure if I already had or not. But again, I don't care. I got a double. Just didn't have time to look into the archive to see if I have it or not. But here it is. Looks great with the push bar up front. It's got some weird, what is that? Oh, it's just some piece of packaging or something, little plastic flake. So it looks really good. The casting looks really good. Light bar looks pretty good. Side tampos look pretty good. Obviously, there's not going to be any detail on the back or the front because you only get tampos on two surfaces. So you only get the side tampos, and that's it. You are not going to get any headlights or taillights because this is a dollar car. But I will say, for $1, this car is pretty good looking, for sure. And they just do a really good job with their mainline cars. I say it every video that I show them in. Here is this one here, the 59 Chevy Wagon. This is just a neat one in this nice color blue. You know, and now that I'm looking at this one, I think I might already have this one too. There's a chance I do. I don't know. It might. If I did, it would be in another video. I would have shown it already. So I don't know. Maybe I do. Maybe I don't. Problem is when you put your cars away all the time after these videos, you just kind of tuck them away. They're not out on display. It's kind of tough to reference them. But I like this casting. It's a really nice looking wagon. Again, well, you get the chrome detail as part of the. So the chrome's part of the base, obviously, for the front bumper and the headlights. The back, you don't get any detail back there. You do get some side tampos, and that's going to be it. You get this canoe up top. I do kind of wish they would release it without the canoe. I know you can remove it, and that does look pretty nice, but then you're still left with the these holes up top. So it is what it is, but it looks pretty decent anyhow. Does this thing have an interior? I don't think it does. Pretty sure this does not have an interior. I'm trying to look down in these keyholes here just to see if it does, and I don't think it does. I think you sacrifice an interior when you get like a bonus piece like this canoe. So, but it looks good, and there it is. All right, and then sticking with Mattel product for just a moment before we move on to the premium import diecast. This is pretty premium, though, as well, as far as Hot Wheels is concerned. This is from the Hot Wheels, I think, 100% line. This is the Volkswagen Beetle from that line. Very nice. It's in really good condition, loose car. The 100% line is pretty neat. They do definitely some neat castings, and they're very detailed. Get a little motor in there. That's pretty cool. Dig that. Painted detail. Shuts pretty decent. You got some headlight detail, I guess, with it being this chrome, I don't know, kind of insert piece. Same with that chrome insert piece right there. That's the motor and the tailpipe, suspension, stuff like that. It looks pretty cool. It's a little Beetle with flames, without a front bumper, and then added exhaust to make it look, you know, sporty. So it's pretty awesome. I definitely dig it. This is just a variation of it I did not have, so I was psyched to add that to the collection. Then this GTO is fantastic. That just looks really good in orange. I think the wheels look really good on it. Appropriate for it. This one does not have any detail on the rear, so it's not full deco. It does have the tampos on the side, and then it does have headlights going on. But other than that, no other details. So it doesn't have, you know, your taillights, I guess, would be the only real important thing that it's missing. But it looks really good. And, oh, you do get some hood tampo, too. Which it looks like the tampo's off a little bit on the hood. I think that one's supposed to be down in the same place that this one is. Or it's supposed to be shifted over, probably, by a little bit. I think they're supposed to actually be kind of on the side here. So a little weird tampo thing going on the hood. I didn't even notice till I got underneath the camera here. Pretty sure that's not intentionally supposed to be like that. But pretty cool nonetheless. Still really like it. I think it's an awesome little car, and glad to add it to the GTO collection and check it off of the list. Alright, so there's those. Then let's take a look at these Tarmac Works. We might actually get a video that's under 30 minutes. I know I say that a lot, and then it doesn't end up happening, but it might actually happen. Alright, so packaging for Tarmac Works for these Global 64s is pretty cool. I've shown it in another video. It does come with a box that you could technically store the car in, or you could just put it back in this plastic thing with this. So, which if I was going to store the car in a box, I'd probably just leave it all intact. I will be saving the packaging in case I ever do need to package this stuff up. But here it is, Tarmac Works. One of the cool features, I did show one in the last video. The mirrors are like this softer rubber, which is great because they would be hard to actually break off of the car. I do like that feature quite a bit. It's nice when they have metal mirrors that are actually painted in part of the casting of the car, but the problem with that is the paint on the metal mirrors tends to chip very, very easily. So if you put these cars in jammers, you could chip the paint on your mirrors really, really easy by just banging around in there. This, though, however, you're not going to break this mirror off. It's not going to break off. It's not going to chip because it's not painted. So I think that is a really clever way of doing it. They did a really good job of doing it. And yeah, this might be considered one of the most boring looking supercars maybe. But I think it's cool. It looks classy. It looks good. It looks great in silver. The details on this are absolutely great. I'm sorry I did not hook up the macro lens for this video today. But you've got lens detail up front here for the headlights. You got inserted taillights as well. You've got some really nice just details all around, trim, everything. It just is a really good looking car. And it rolls good as well. So, and most of these Global 64 cars roll. The other ones, I forgot what they're called. The ones that come on the acrylic bases, they got a couple different lines, I think. But those, generally, I don't think roll, but these do. These Global 64. So let's go ahead and pull out the Momo version of it. This one's got a little bit more flavor here. Get the packaging out of the way. So there's a regular one, and then this guy right here. I mean, you can't say that doesn't look good, because it looks good. R8 V10 Plus in Momo livery. Again, it rolls pretty good. Not as good as the silver one rolls. These are constructed with screws, so you could take them apart easily and maybe loosen up those wheels in there. I'm not really sure. You could wheel swap it if you really wanted to. I wouldn't, but pretty awesome. So there is your Momo Audi R8 from Tarmac Works. So Tarmac Works, definitely a brand that I probably will get. I mean, I'm going to get any car that I really like. I'm not just going to pick cars up just because I'm not going to try to complete them or anything like that, but I will get cars, castings that I like. Same with these Mini GTs. So this is the first Mini GT model that I honestly really kind of cared about, so that's why I wanted to get it. This one is packaged, I believe, like any other Mini GT will be packaged. It's got a clamshell. It does come with a box right here. I believe this would fit inside of the box like an auto world. Let me zoom out a little bit here. I believe this would fit in the box like an auto world car. I mean, we might as well test it real quick. See if we can open this up. Oh, you know what? This will not fit in there. However, look what it comes with. That's in the box. So if you want to store it, that is actually really a sweet idea. I'm glad I opened that up. Fits right in there. You can store it really nice. That is clever packaging, Mini GT. Good job with that. That is very, very cool. I like that. I like when they allow you to store the cars easily. So if you ever have to move or you're moving them around, you can easily put them back into their packaging and all that. All right, so to the casting. Right off the bat, this thing is heavy. I should have mentioned it too. The Tarmac Works plastic base. This is all metal. That's a metal base. And this sucker is heavy. It is really heavy. It feels super substantial. I like that right off the bat. It feels like as heavy as an auto world car. And wow, it looks really good. So these are scale miniatures. It is 1/64 scale. I don't know if they are 100% scale accurate, if Mini GT is. I would imagine that they would be, but it does say scale 1/64 on it. It doesn't say true 1/64, but I would just imagine that they would try to make them truly 1/64 scale. And this car looks amazing. Wow. Look at the exhaust back there. Look at all of these fantastic details on this car. It rolls super smooth. The mirrors are a plastic add-on to the casting, but they feel really tough, and I think it's all part of this one little side piece right here is all the mirror and everything. There's a lot going on with this car. I'm definitely going to want to take some cool pictures of it. And now that I have it, man, I do kind of want it in white. They do make it in white, but it's more expensive because I think it's like a Hong Kong exclusive or something like that. I don't know too much about it, but oh boy, it would look really good in white as opposed to this darkish blue color. The blue color looks cool, but man, in white, that would look fantastic. I think they're also putting it out in orange, which orange, I don't really care about orange, but a white one, wow. But wow, that looks really, really good. Really fantastic. All right, so I can't say enough about that one. And just the sheer weight of it is amazing. And then next up, we got Kyosho R32. And here is the newer packaging, which is kind of interesting. And here it is, acrylic case. Pull it open. Nissan Skyline, GTR, R32. Okay, it's still a single screw underneath here. Look at that. That is pretty. I love the white wheels. Silver. That looks just great. The detail on this car looks absolutely amazing. It is such a good looking vehicle. Wow. So this is Kyosho. I think it's a newer Kyosho. It does have a plastic base. It is riveted. It's got a little extra detail on the exhaust right there. The base is actually quite detailed. Does it have a date anywhere on the bottom? It does not. So that makes it difficult to tell you where it's from. But man, it is great. That's great. That looks perfect. I mean, if I take some really good pictures of this, I could make this look like a real car in 1:1 scale, or pretty close anyway. But you get inserts in the back there. The spoiler is a separate piece. It's plastic. The body's metal, base is plastic. You got plastic inserts for headlights right there. Car rolls, it squeaks, but it rolls. But yeah, it's pretty awesome. So that's going to be it. I mean, that's all I got this week besides those mainline cars, which I'll do a separate vid on. But I'm happy with it. We got Kyosho, we got Mini GT, and we got Tarmac Works. And I would say definitely the most impressive of the three is going to be this Mini GT. And now that I've got one of these in my hands, it's going to be hard not to get anything cool that they come out with, because wow, I am actually thoroughly impressed. They're heavy. They are heavy. It's got weight to it, and I love that in diecast cars. They got weight to them. I don't mind a plastic base, especially on Kyosho, because they're just so detailed. They look so great. They look such like a real car. I mean, same thing with these Tarmac Works. I mean, they look great. It looks fantastic. But there's something about a car that is just like this substantial in weight. And then it's got all this detail and all this part, and it just looks, I mean, yeah, I'm definitely impressed with this one. All right, guys, so that's going to be it for this video. I think we're going to clock it in just under 30 minutes. So that should be good, right? I'm going to try to keep, I mean, I say that all the time. I'm going to try to keep these things a little bit shorter, but we all know that's not going to happen. So thank you guys for watching. Thanks for watching another weekly video. Look forward to, I guess if you want to check out those mainline cars, I'll do a video on those. Of course, we're going to see a 10-car Tuesday this week, Matchbox Monday, all that good stuff. If I find anything else in the middle of the week, like a series or something like that, of course, I'll do another video. But thank you guys for liking, commenting, subscribing, all that good stuff. I really do appreciate it. Check out my playlists. Check out my other videos. And thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a good rest of your day.